Okay, so this is where we last left off, right? We just finally received the coffees, right? And we had split the shipping because it was COD because we bought the coffees from San Francisco, right? And they had to use a third party vendor to ship out the coffee to us. So now the next time we purchased more coffee, this is how we have to set up our journal, right? And then we already updated our inventory worksheet. So then now we are moving on to the next day. It is now Thursday, June 13th. And we decided to hire Silver State Electrical to do some electrical wiring for the coffee brewer. Okay. So is this a transaction we need to record? Yes or no? We hired Silver State Electrical to do some electrical wiring for the coffee brewer.
No, you don't hire them.
No, because we just hired them. Exactly. No transaction was made. We don't know when they're going to do the electrical wiring, right? We haven't received a bill. So in this case, that's just to let us know we hired someone to do the electrical wiring. Okay. All right. Here, right, we end up receiving a bill from LV Remodeling Company, right?
Yes.
So in this case here it says to reinforce the foundation for the coffee grinder. Okay, so here's the date that we received it, the 13. It's due on the 17, invoice number 1760 for 1560. Okay, all right. Now, what do we do with this type of how do we record this one? Is this a typical expense for the business or is it in particular to a fixed asset? Okay. Is this a regular expense for the main core of operating the business or is this expense related to a fixed asset?
It would be for a fixed asset.
Okay, so what's the rule about the cost of a fixed asset? What's included in the cost of the fixed asset?
Um, your freight and your taxes.
I meant in general. Like what is going to be included in the cost of a fixed asset? What's included in the cost of the fixed asset?
Mm.
Okay, so Tommy, how did you figure out that this was going to be part of the cost of the fixed asset?
Because it was needed to, the electrical system needed to be upgraded for the coffee um, brewer, was it?
Yes, but we're looking at reinforcing the foundation. These are two separate transactions. The first one is for the electrical wiring. Yes, that's correct. We do need electrical wiring for the coffee brewer. But what else? Sorry, coffee grinder. And then we just received a bill from Elvira Modeling for the reinforcement of the foundation. Right? Because that's going to be included in the cost of the fixed asset, because the rule is every single cost that it takes to get the asset ready for service. Right now, is my grinder ready for service?
Uh, yes.
Why do we need all this extra stuff? Where's the grinder going to stand on? Where
It's gonna,
where are we going to plug in the grinder?
um, it will be put into your, it's your countertop that's where the grinder's gonna be.
No, we bought the countertop for to serve our coffee. We didn't buy it for this. So in this case, okay, so now that okay, that's what you said, all right. So in this case, what do we need to, so in this case, if this is, they build us to build a foundation for our coffee grinder. That's part of the cost of the fixed asset, because it's to get the asset ready for service, right? Where is the coffee grinder going to be standing? And it's going to move around, right? It's going to
Right.
shake because it's a commercial coffee grinder. So in this case, this is the foundation for the coffee grinder. That's what they build us for.
Mm-hmm.
So where's my coffee grinder right now?
It's still, I guess it's still packed in this box.
I mean, which account did we put the coffee grinder in? Where did when we bought our coffee grinder and coffee brewer and we received the items, where did we put them?
And it's under 15 oh 1520. as part of your assets.
Yes, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Is my coffee brewer there?
Yes.
Let's see. Coffee brewer. Okay, here's my coffee brewer, right? My second one. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And if I scroll down, where's my coffee grinder?
Mm, it's not there because I believe you took it out of miscellaneous.
Correct. It's in miscellaneous suspense right now, right? Because we said that we had to do some extra work on it, right? We needed to build a foundation and do some electrical wiring. So it's not complete, right? It's not ready for service. So that's why we left it in miscellaneous suspense. So therefore, because this is going to be included, the cost of my it's going to be included in the cost of my grinder because that's part of getting it ready for service. I'm gonna put it into miscellaneous suspense. Right? Okay. All right. And then, am I gonna pay this now or pay this later?
Later.
We're gonna pay it later. So what account are we gonna use?
Prepaid.
We're not making a down payment. If I'm not gonna pay now and I choose to pay later, what account am I going to be using? If I am choosing to owe a vendor and they only give me some days to pay it off, what am
Accounts
I
payable.
creating? Accounts payable. Okay, for how much?
The full amount.
Of?
1560.
Okay. Yeah, that all the information that you need right here, right? So who did you receive this from?
L is E remodeling.
Okay. What was the proof of transaction?
The invoice number.
Mm-hmm. And how many days do they expect to be paid by?
This 4 days.
4 days. Okay. Good. Okay, so now that my journal's done, I can go ahead and plug it into my ledger. So here, I'm already in my miscellaneous suspense. I can go ahead and add this to my coffee grinder. Reinforcement of foundation for grinder. We are currently on page 4, right? We're at the bottom of page 4. And it was for 1560. So what is my grand total amount in my miscellaneous suspense account? Or in this case, since I only have my coffee grinder in there, what's my grand total right now of my coffee grinder? What's my grand total? If my coffee grinder right now it's 1528.07 and I just added a 1560 to it.
I'll be $3,088.07.
Good. Right? $3,088.10. And now I owe more money. So I need to go to my liabilities, accounts payable, right? Today is the 13th. We just received invoice number 1760. General Journal page 4 for another 1560. So what's my grand total in my accounts payable account? When I'm currently at $14,116.40, and now I just add on another bill for 1560. What's my new grand total?
Okay, it's $14,116.40.
That's what your balance is right now, but you just added 1560 to it. So how much should it be now? I didn't press enter.
$15,676.40.
Good. Right? So now that I have my journal and my ledger complete, I now owe LV Remodeling more money. So I got to go to my subsidiary ledger. All right, and I need to find my vendor, LV Remodeling, so I can record that I owe LV Remodeling more money. Here you go, LV Remodeling. Okay, and this was for the reinforcement for the foundation. Forcement foundation for coffee grinder. Okay. Invoice number 1760. Still on page 4. They gave me, how many days did they give me?
4 days.
They also gave me another 4 days. So in this case, when is the bill due? It should say on your invoice here. When is the bill due?
The 17th.
17. Okay, for the grand total amount of 1560. Because I didn't make a payment, if I were to drag this formula down, it says that I owe for this particular bill 1560. So in grand total, in the gray, remember, this is your grand total that of all the bills. You owe LV Remodeling $3,450. Okay? And, right, we could also make a note here that my bill for my first bill that I received from LV Remodeling is due pretty soon. It's due on the 15th, right? And we're already on the 13th. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind, that we're having an upcoming bill due pretty soon. Okay? Good. Okay. So let's see what it says here. Okay. Says here that we connected with Higher Temps, okay, a temporary work agents help agency, okay. So what we did here is we signed a contract with Higher Temps on the 13th to have a person come and work for us, right? And this, we're gonna pay them on the 21st. Okay, here's the contract number. We're gonna hire one person to start on the 17th of June all the way to the 19th of June. Okay, so for 3 whole days, are they gonna work on the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th? So again, how many hours are they going to be expected to work? 24 hours for one temporary work for sales. Okay, so we're going to pay them $15 per hour, which is going to be a total of $360. Okay, all right. So what do we need to do with this contract?
Will this be under payroll expense?
No, this is definitely not a payroll. Because this person, yes, they're working for us for a short period of time, but is that something that you would employ? Would you only employ for a person for 3 days?
No.
What is unique about this employment? Or what is unique about this worker that we're hiring?
Okay, it would be put under temporary labor expense.
technically, yes, that would be correct. But right now, what is the idea? We're only on the 13. When does this person actually work for us?
It's going to be on the 17th.
Okay. So has a
So
transaction occur?
no, so you wouldn't notate it or anything like that yet.
Right, because in this case, can I pay somebody who hasn't showed up for work yet?
No.
Exactly. And then what if this temporary work agency, right? It's a contract, but they couldn't get a worker for us to work. So am I going to still pay them even though they didn't show up? Right? And when is it due? When am I expected to pay them?
On the 21st.
You're expected to pay them on the 21st after they completed the job. So in this case, there's absolutely nothing to record because a transaction has not yet occurred. But you did sign a contract because you need someone to come out and work for you. Yes, this is a temporary work agency labor, right? But in this case, the transaction hasn't occurred yet, and they're not expecting you to make a prepayment because we don't even know that person's going to show up, right? You may sign a contract, but nothing has been made because we even set the date that when we're going to pay the bill, it's going to be on the 21st. So, in this case, if I don't need to journalize it, then where should I put this information? Because this is definitely pertinent information for a future transaction. Where should I notate this? Is there a place that you could put this information in?
Will it still be? And I mean, even though she was a temporary worker, will it still go into payroll?
No, because again, I'm gonna ask you this again. Do we should we, is it beneficial to hire someone for only 3 days?
No.
Exactly. Are you gonna pay into their benefits for 3 days?
No.
No. So in this case, it's a mere expense to the company. Right? We just cut them a check for the job that they completed, and that's it. We would never see this worker again. So who's the company I sign a contract with?
Higher temps.
Is there a place where I place all of my vendors?
Yes.
Where?
It would be in your accounts payable.
The accounts payable on my ledger, my general ledger, or my subsidiary ledger?
Your subsidiary,
Good. Subsidiary ledger. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and locate higher temps. Hear you, Nuts Hallie. Higher temps. Okay? You can put all this information in here because at least we know this much information. So when the time comes, but the only thing is we don't need to necessarily put how much we owe them because in this case, we don't owe them anything if that person does not fall through with their contract, right?
Right.
So in this case, we won't owe them anything, but we can notate that we wanted to hire one worker, okay, for 3 days, 8 hours per day, right? And they're going to get paid $15 per hour, okay? Okay. We have the contract number, right? That tells me that this person is scheduled to work, right? So contract number 36515. Okay. Post reference right now. We haven't paid him yet. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to skip that post reference. Let me see. Actually, we can just go ahead and fill it in. So for now, okay, post reference is, actually, let me think. Yeah, go ahead and do the post reference. Okay, so post reference, page 4. Well, actually, no, we don't have a post reference. Terms, we know it's due on the 21st, so you could just go ahead and put the 21st. No, there's actually no real terms here. Okay, because we have the contract number. Now, if you want to figure that math out, that should be exactly 1 week from now. So that should be net 7. Okay, never mind, it's net 8. Okay. Is there an actual total amount that is due? Well, in this case, if you were to go ahead and do this, you can put in the date or you can put the amount if you want to. But remember, we didn't journalize that we promised to pay them $360, right? It was just a contract number. They have to follow through with their contract for us to be able to pay them. But in this case, I'll go ahead and do that. We owe them $360, right? Because again, it is $15 per hour times 8 hours times 3 days a week, $360. Okay. Okay. If the contract goes through, then we owe them $360. If it doesn't go through, we can come back, edit this, and say we don't owe higher temps anything because they failed to complete their contract. Or if we need to make an adjustment, we can be able to do so. Okay? So that's what I'm going to put there for now. That we owe them, but in our journal, we didn't record them because the expense never occurred, and they didn't require us to make a down payment or a prepayment ahead of time, right? They told us that it's going to be due on the 21st. You pay them as soon as they complete the job. Okay? Okay, so now it's the 14th, and we end up receiving a bill from Restaurant Supplies. Okay, So here's the bill. What did we receive?
The refrigerator.
We end up receiving the refrigerator, right? So here's all the details in regards to the refrigerator cost, right? So they end up shipping the item to me. They billed me, right? With the tax and the shipping cost, so to a grand total of $3,495.34. Okay? So what do I do here?
It was all under purchase expense.
It's not a purchase. This is not, we only use purchase or purchase expense for strictly inventory.
So when you cut them a check,
I only have $5,000 in my bank, and I'm gonna pay $3,000 right now.
no.
What did I buy?
Okay. It's gonna go into your inventory.
A refrigerator is not something I'm going to sell. Am I in the business of selling refrigerators?
No.
Okay. So what did I buy? What did I buy? I'm asking you the question. What did I buy?
Okay, you bought the refrigerator.
You bought a refrigerator. Do you have an account for a refrigerator?
Yes. 1530.
1530. Now, what is a refrigerator to me? If I decide to buy a refrigerator, what is it to me?
It's an asset.
It's an asset. What specifically? What kind of asset? What
It's
do?
a,
Go ahead.
it's a fixed asset.
It's a fixed asset because what's the purpose of having a refrigerator? Well, I gotta have it to hold all the cream, right? That I buy. I gotta, in case I have to put milk in there, right?
Right.
How can you run a coffee shop business without milk? Right? That should be one of the main components of a coffee, right? And then on top
Right.
of that, you're not gonna sell black coffee. You need to have a refrigerator to hold any non-dairy or dairy products that you need to hold in your refrigerator, right? Maybe you need to buy some whipped cream. Maybe you gotta buy some milk. Gotta buy some creamer. You need a place to store your stuff, or else it will go bad unless you use, those what is it? Those pre-packaged ones that don't go in the refrigerator. Which, I mean, it's not a problem, but it definitely is one of those, I don't know, it has preservatives in it that allows it to be outside of the refrigerator. But in this case, no, I'm going to use, I bought a refrigerator for a reason, to hold stuff in it, right? And I bought a commercial one. That means it's going to be a really large one, right? But I bought it for the main course of operating my business. It's an equipment that I'm going to use for my store. So in this case, I have it for 15,030, okay, for my refrigerator. Okay, refrigerator, 15,030. Now, we just talked about this. Am I going to pay now or going to pay later?
Later.
So what account am I going to be using?
You're gonna be using your accounts payable.
You're going to be using an accounts payable. Okay, how much is my refrigerator?
$3,494.95.
Yes, good. All right. And you have all the information that you need, right? Such as who did you receive this bill from?
Restaurant supplies.
Restaurant supplies. Okay. What's the proof of transaction?
And your invoice number.
Invoice number. Let's see, right here is at the top. 002032. 002032. Okay. And let's see. Did they give me terms?
It's financed for 18 months.
It's financed for 18 months, 0 APR. Okay, 18 percent due on overdue balances. So in this case, I end up financing this refrigerator because I already have an account with Restaurant Supplies. So in this case, where do I need to put this if it is actually being financed? You have 18 months to pay for it. So if you have 18 months to pay for this, what does that mean? Can it be categorized as a accounts payable?
Yes.
Okay, what account do we normally use when you can defer payments? So am I required to pay them the next month?
No.
No, because you financed it, right? Usually you get that 18 months without any interest, so that means you don't have to pay back right away. So what account do we use instead of accounts payable where you have to pay back right away?
Expense.
It's not an expense because you owe money, right? Okay, look at your chart of accounts.
Visa payable.
You did not buy this on a credit card.
Notes payable.
It would be a notes payable, right? Because you get to choose when to pay back. So in this case, we're not going to be using accounts payable. We're going to be using a notes payable. Which is 23,000, I believe. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So in this case, I could go ahead and put in my notes here, 18 months financed. Right? So I do not have a due date, a definitive due date, because that means every time I receive a bill, I either pay it or I choose to pay it later. Okay? So in this case, there you go. Now, since this was part of my orders, I'm going to go ahead and check mark that I did end up receiving my refrigerator. Okay? Right, 002032. Okay. All right. So now I can go ahead and update my ledger. Okay. So in this case, I purchased an asset. I purchased the refrigerator. So here's the coffee brewer, coffee grinder. Here's the refrigerator. It is the 14. You could say that you purchase a refrigerator. How much did it cost you? $298 or something like that. $2,298. Okay, so purchase, or in this case, it was $2,998 plus 8.25% tax, which was a total of okay. Okay, so tax was $247.34. Shipping was $250. So $247.34 plus $250 shipping. Post reference, right? General Journal, page 4. And we debited our account for $3,495.34. Okay. And I gotta go to my notes payable here. There it is. It's the 14. And what we did, we purchased refrigerator, which we financed it for 18 months. Okay, General Journal, page 4. And it was for how much? $3,495.34. So therefore, how much do I have in my grand total notes payable?
$4,144.83.
Good. Okay. Now that I finished my journal and posted to my ledger, I now need to update my subsidiary ledger because now I owe restaurant supplies more money. So let's go ahead and locate restaurant supplies. Okay, here is restaurant supplies. Okay. We purchased the refrigerator. Okay. We financed it, okay, on an account. What was my account number on here? Okay, my account number is 568912. Okay, which is the same account up here. 569812. Okay, we financed it for 18 months. Zero APR. And then after 18 months, we're going to get hit with how much percent interest? 18% interest. Okay. Right, what was the receipt number? This was 002032. Okay. General Journal, page 4. Okay. No terms were given because we financed this, right? But we do know that we owe $3,495.34. Okay. So let's go ahead and figure out how much I owe restaurant supplies. So again, if there's nothing in the gray box, it's just equal sum to tally up our total of our receipts. So I owe $4,144.83 to my restaurant supplies. Okay. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what's next. Okay. So here it says right here that we end up picking up the flyers, the advertising flyers from city printers. So here's the invoice bill / whatever it is in here, right? The order number. So today's date, right? We picked up the date was on the 13th. Oh, wait, we were supposed to pick this up yesterday. What? Whoops. I'm going to change that date real quick. Oh, we were supposed to pick it up on the yesterday. That's okay. We'll just go ahead and just continue. So here we picked up the city printers, the flyers. We were supposed to pick it up yesterday, but that's okay. We just decided to pick up the day later. And then here it says item 5x7 flyers. We purchased 2,000 of them. The cost was $0, or sorry, 5 cents per copy, gave us a total of $100. We already paid the 50% down payment of $50. So the total that is left over in the balance is $50, and we pay with our Visa credit card. So therefore, we owe nothing. So, but in this case, we use our Visa credit card to pay the remaining balance. So, what do I need to do here? What did I buy? Go ahead.
You bought the flyers.
Yes. So, what is flyers to me?
It would be an expense,
What kind of expense?
advertising expense.
Advertising expense. Good. Okay. How much was my grand total advertising expense when I purchased 2,000 flyers at 5 cents each?
It was a total of $100.
Good. All right. What else do and then I pay with my Visa credit card. Right?
Right. Uh, you would go into your prepaid accounts.
And you will also include your prepaid accounts because you also applied your down payment. So in this case, your down payment was your prepaid accounts. Good. So $50 payment on your credit card and $50 that you applied the down payment for. Good. So you have everything that you have here, right? Your city printers. You got it from city printers. You picked up your flyers. Okay. You have the order number 744136. Okay. And you could say purchased 2,000 flyers. Okay. That should be good enough information, okay? So then, now that I finished my journal, where do I need to go?
Okay, you would go into your ledger.
You would go into your ledger, right? Update your account balances. Okay. So starting with the first one, we bought some advertising expense. Okay. $2,000 flyers. Okay. Okay. General journal page 4 for $100. So therefore, how much money have I spent on advertising so far?
Just 100.
In grand total, because we also purchased newspaper ad.
185.
You have $185 worth of advertising expense. Okay. We also used our credit card to pay off the remaining balance, so that's going to be a liability. Here it is. Okay. Remaining balance for flyers at City Printers. Or if you want to say purchase 2,000 flyers, whatever you want to say. Right? So we end up putting another $50 on my credit card. So how much do I owe on my credit card now in grand total?
Okay. Would that go under Visa payable?
Yes, ma'am. Whatever you journalize in your journal is going to be posted to your ledger exactly. So in this case, yes, I journalized that I use my Visa credit card.
Okay. So it would be uh uh 135.
That's when I made my purchase on the 12th. I just added another $50.
Okay, it'd be 185.
Yes, I just charged my credit card for another $50. So right now I'm at $185. Okay. And last but not least, I need to also apply my prepaid accounts, right, to that receipt. Okay, so let's see, prepaid accounts. I think it's right here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and say applied down payment on flyers, which was order number 477136. Okay, general journal page 4, which was the $50. It's a credit now since I applied the amount over. So I should be back down to 665417. Okay, 665417. Right, because I added the down payment, and now I'm applying the down payment. So now I'll just back down to back down to the original. Okay. Good. I need to record that I made a payment to City Printers, and then yes, that I validated and verified that I did pick up the 2,000 flyers. So therefore, I need to go to City Printers, because just so then they know that I pay them in full and they don't have to come at me and say that I owe them any money, right? I have proof of the transaction through the receipt. Okay, here's City Printers. Okay. So I could say I picked up 2,000 flyers. Okay. And I applied down payment and paid remaining balance with Visa credit card. Okay. Order number is the same. Okay, general journal page 4. And let's see. So again, we applied our down payment. The flyers was $100 and we made a payment of $50. So therefore, you should owe $0, right? Because in this case, the formula was you started out with $50, right? But because
Right.
you subtracted out the down payment, that means you were left with $50. But I end up paying that $50, so therefore I owe City Printers nothing. Okay? I owe City Printers nothing. Okay? All right, everybody good so far?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just see how many more we have left. Okay. 2 more pages left. Okay, so let's see what happened next. Okay, so here is still the 14th Friday, and we end up purchasing from Restaurant Supplies. Okay, receipt number 005831. So we went to the actual store to pick up some coffee cups, okay, from Restaurant Supplies. Okay, and we decided to purchase this with our credit card. So we bought some coffee cups. Okay. We bought some medium coffee cups. Okay, they were 5 cents each, right, for a total of $50 because we purchased 1,000 of them. Then we purchased 1,000 large cups at 0.7 cents, right? Or sorry, 7.5 cents per cup. So in this case, we bought 1,000 of them, which gave us a total of $75. Okay. Now in this case, we had to pay for sales tax. So the sales tax came out to be $10.31. So therefore, total due was $135.31, and we used our business credit card to pay for it. So therefore, I paid Restaurant Supplies for the coffee cups. Okay. So we already finished at the bottom of page 4, so we are at the top of page 5 now. So what do I do with this transaction? What did I buy?
Coffee cups.
All right, let's take a look at my chart of accounts. Do I have coffee cups anywhere?
11, 11, 1,150. I mean 60.
Yes, so in this case, yes, we have right here. It says it right here. 11,760 says medium coffee cups, and 11,765 is my large coffee cups. So in this case, I bought business supplies to go ahead and utilize to sell my coffee, right? How else am I going to sell my coffee? I can't sell it without the cup, right?
Right.
So I have to buy the cups and everything that goes with it. So in this case, the cups are going to assume come with lids as well. Okay, so in this case, I bought medium coffee cups and large coffee cups. Okay, so 11,760, 11,765. Okay. And how did
And
I pay for it? Go ahead.
you pay for it with a credit card.
Right. So in this case, I have to take out my Visa credit card because I paid with my credit card. Now, how much did I pay for my total credit card?
$135.31.
Good. So, how much is for my medium coffee cups? And how much is my large coffee cups?
Okay, the medium is $50. And
Okay.
the large is $75.
What do I do with the tax?
You split the tax.
I have to split the tax. So in this case, I'm going to go off to the side right here. My my medium cups are $50. And then my large cups are $75. I need to split the tax on it. Okay? So in this case, I have 14 and 12 and a half cents, and I have $6.18.75. Okay? So let's take a look. If I were to add these up together, if I said this was 14 and 13 cents, $4.13, and this was $6.19, okay? I have 135.32. I have an invisible penny I created, right? Because I only paid 135.31. I didn't pay 135.32. I didn't pay them separately. So that's how tricky it is when you buy everything together versus buying everything separate, right? In this case, I paid less tax, 1 penny less. So let's go back into that calculation once again, right? In this case, I have 12 and a half cents versus 18.75 cents. So where would I put my penny? Which one would I round up for? Half a penny or 75% of a penny?
Half a penny.
You
75%.
you would rather increase half a penny versus 3/4 of a penny?
Okay, I'll go with 75%.
Well, yeah, because 75% of a penny is more likely to be a penny, right? Than versus half a penny, right? So in this case, I'm going to choose to round up my 75% of a penny, right? 75, 3/4 of a penny. And I'm going to not round my half a penny because half a penny, once again, right? That's what's going to mess up most of your calculations because oftentimes, when we look at half a penny, we always round up. But half a penny is right in the middle. You could either choose to not round up or you could choose to round up. It really depends on the situation because it's half a penny. What do you do with half a penny? Right? So in this case, we're going to choose to round down. So it's going to be $4.12. So therefore, that will give me my $135.31. So that means my medium coffee cups is $54.12. And then my large cups is $81.19. And that's going to give you your total payment of that $135.31. Okay? And you have everything that you need for this transaction, right? You purchased your cups at Restaurant Supplies. Okay? You bought a total of 2,000 coffee cups. Okay. Proof of a transaction. Actually, let me go ahead and put the proof of transaction first. So sales receipt number 005831. You purchased 2,000 coffee cups. And you paid with your Visa credit card, which you already have there. So you don't need to put that in there. Okay. So let's go ahead and update my ledger because now I charge more money on my credit card. So that's definitely something I should put on my ledger, right? To make sure that I know how much money I'm spending on my credit card. So in this case, and I also need to know how many cups I have available to sell, right? Okay. So here you go. Medium coffee cups. Okay. You purchased 1,000 cups, right? And they were at 5 cents each. Okay. And you had a plus 8.25% set tax, which was $4.12. So therefore, you're on page 5 now, $54.12. Okay. We also purchased your large cups, right? We purchased 1,000 cups that were at 7.5 cents each, right? Plus 8.25% tax, which was for $16.19. We're on General Journal page 5 for a total of okay, sorry. I think it was for $8.19. What? Okay, I'm gonna take a look, sorry. How much was the tax? The tax was $6.19. Okay. Okay. And of course, we need to update my credit card because once again, I used it. Okay? To purchase 2,000 coffee cups. Okay? At Restaurant Supplies. We're on my 5th journal here. And I charged an additional $135.31. So how much is on my total credit card balance right now? After charging another $135.31.
$320.31.
Okay,
I mean,
three. Nope, that was correct.
okay.
That was good. Correct. Okay. And of course, I need to update my subsidiary ledger because what if I need to return those coffee cups? Maybe they weren't the product I really needed, right? Or when I tested out these cups, I didn't like the way they, came out when I poured the coffee in it, right? Something like that. You need to record that in case you need to return the product. Okay, so restaurant supplies. I think it's right here, restaurant supplies, right? So it's the 14. What did you do? Purchased 1,000 medium cups at, okay, for $54.12 plus 1,000 large cups for $81.16. Okay, and you used your Visa credit card to pay. Sales receipt number, what was it? 005831. Post reference, we're still on page 5 here. We just started. And it was for $135.31. But we end up paying for that with my credit card. So therefore, I should owe nothing to Restaurant Supplies for the purchase of the coffee cups, right? Okay. All right, good. All right. Any questions so far?
Now,